Welcome back to Blender Frenzy. I am Justin, and we are continuing using or testing out Blender 2.8 with video editing. Now, you've seen me do some similarities and differences already, but this time what I want to do is actually dive into actually just editing and see kind of uh, what I run into as I'm doing it for real. So I'm going to edit the videos that I've already recorded for this tutorial, and we'll do some actual editing. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so this is the layout that you'll see when you first come here. So go and click the plus, and then go down to video editing, and then video editing. And what I like to do is pull this window into this one, and then drag this one out, and then pull this one up into, oh, make sure that these are lined up. There we go. Pull that up. And then choose sequencer / preview. So it brings both of them there. That way this is just one area here. And then here's my properties panel. I can hide with the in key. And then drag this one down here. So we have our overall properties. Oh, and I gotta pull this up because I'm on my laptop here. So just like that. That's kind of how I start. You don't have to set yours up this way, but this is how I like to start. If you do Control Space, it maximizes whichever area that you're in. You can also go up here to right-click Tile Area. Same here, so Control Space bar. Basically, that's all your areas are tiled. If you do it again, maximize area. You can do that on any of these. So I'm going to Control Spacebar and then Shift A to add in a movie. I'm going to find the movie that I created, or some of the ones that I had from last time. Let's see, I think it's these two, just the last two that I made. So I'm going to start with the first one here. Just double click that to open. Okay, so what I noticed right away here is the video is on top of the audio by default, which is standard for I think a lot of other video editing programs. I know that if you watch my tutorials before in 2.79, the default was the audio strip was on top. So I like this. I did notice, however, though, that if you are scrubbing through, you have to, be up here on the this little bar up here, which originally I could just right click and scrub here. And that's fine, except for what I did realize is that I don't know how to preview this strip. So let's say you have several video strips on top of each other, or if you have several like images on top of each other, and you don't want to hide and unhide all these things. What I used to be able to do is right click and scrub through each one of the images and strips, and it would just focus on that one, regardless of which one was on top. So I really liked that feature. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that again. And when I figure that out, I'll let you know. But other than that, basically, let's just get started to editing. So let's do home. By the way, this is not a tutorial, really, a proper tutorial. This is more like an unboxing of Blender 2.8 with the video editing and just kind of seeing what works, what doesn't, what I like, what I don't like. All right, so page up, I'm going to go to the end here and then do Control End to make that my whole frame range right here. And I'm going to make sure that I'm not covering anything up here. Okay. All right. In to pull that out here, and let's see. I want my audio. Oh, actually, what I want to do is bring both of these up. I don't like that I can't move this any further up. I don't like editing video when it's down at the bottom here. I like it more in the middle. So I'm just gonna select both of these here, and then grab on the Y, GY, and then pull that up. All right, and I want to do my draw waveform. Here we go, display waveform. And wait for that to go. Well, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the beginning here and just start editing. So 3, 2, 1. That's how I start so that I know when I'm coming in, but see these gaps. I probably do it again over here. I probably mess up. right here. Oh yeah.
Updates and really no, I'm not gonna say.
See, by the way, this is stuff you're going to see behind the scenes that like um, some people have complimented me on being like a natural like a natural speaker, like just saying the right things and knowing what to say. Yeah, no, that's not true at all. Like I just cut all of that stuff out. So anybody can do this. You can too. If you're not confident in yourself, trust me, just do some editing and you'll be fine. Um, you do get kind of a knack for it though. So these are claps, I know. See, that's why I clap, because you can see these little spikes here. Boom, boom. Anyway, I think here. So I'm going to cut that. I'm going to hide it just because I don't want to get rid of it just yet. Kind of like a non-destructive workflow. Oh, let's save our work too. So let's see, Control S. If you haven't saved, it will just go into, well, it's like, where do you want to save it? So I'm going to go here and we're going to do unboxing 2.8, and then I want to do 0201. And I do like 0201, 0202. I save in iterations just to be safe rather than sorry, because if you save in iterations, then you don't have to go back uh, to a time where have half of your project done that you've only saved in one file, or maybe you have the whole thing done. So saving in iterations means I save myself from having to redo a whole lot of work if for some reason anything goes wrong. And Blender actually really allows you to save in iterations very easily. Another thing with saving, and I'll just go ahead and show you right now. So another thing with saving here is if I do Control S now after I've already saved it, then it's done. It's saved, which I really like, which most programs do. But in 2.79, it used to be Control S would bring up a little dialog box, and then I'd have to actually click OK. And if I didn't click OK and moved away, then I wouldn't have saved it. And that was a little misleading. So if you hit Control S and you forgot to click and you just went about your work, well, you haven't actually saved anything. You don't have to worry about that here. Control S saves it. That's all you need to worry about. And then Control Shift S will save as. And make sure your cursor is over here. And if you can press plus, you can see the iterations change. Minus, we'll do the same thing. Oh, I did find out also you can do Control plus, it'll jump 100. So you can save in higher iterations. You can go backwards. Let's see, 201. We have, let's see, 202. If I just hit plus, it just goes by 1. If I hit shift, it goes by 15. No, not 15, sorry, 10. And if I hit control, it goes by 100, which is it's actually really extremely useful for what I use it for. So we're going to go back down to 202. Enter. And if you accidentally have your cursor over here and you hit plus, well, that's just going to up that size. You can see that. And you won't actually save anything. So if you get into a groove, what I've done before is I've gotten into a really big groove, and I come over here and I hit plus, and I keep going. Well, I haven't really saved it. It'll just save like a normal save. So I haven't actually saved an iteration. Just to keep in mind. Okay, so I've got 202, that's fine. So, okay, let's keep going.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, I don't even think that's the first one that I do. I think it's I think it's over here.
New
Yeah, I think I do that a lot actually. Let's see.
3,
Yep.
2, 1. Ba.
Yep. You're getting a nice behind the scenes here of what actually goes on in my editing and recording.
It is finally.
Yeah. So I think this is the last one. And the way I can tell again is by the waveform. So this is going extremely slow, and that may be because I'm running all of this on a USB, my operating system and everything. So now I'm gonna just jump over here and see what this is, because I don't know if I've restarted it here.
So
I
I'm
don't
just gonna
remember.
open up. It looks like
No, no. Okay, so that's not me restarting. So I think that was I think this is the time where I finally did that.
ba da
Oh,
da
all
da.
right, I
It
already don't like this.
da 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 da.
Okay, and that's a terrible place to. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why it's so slow. Actually, this is a lot slower than it's usually been. So I am going to save this. Oh yeah, and control, I found out control R. If you hit F3, it'll find, okay. Nope, that is going way too slow. I am going to restart my computer and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back and hopefully this is gonna go a little bit more smoothly. If not, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna
Ba
do.
da 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 da.
So far it's okay. Okay, so also Control R, I believe, is refresh, like refresh the sequencer. So let me see. Hit F3 by default is to search. So refresh. Oh, there we go. Refresh sequencer is Control R. So I want to make sure I um,
It is
remember
fine.
that. Okay, so I think this is where my real start is. Dang, and I really don't like this. I can't seem to scrub very quickly. And I think that's a lot to do with my system. I'm running Linux on a USB and I am also recording and saving on it. So that's probably not very smart, but that's what I have to work with now.
It is finally here, the long-awaited Blender 2.8. Yes, that is right. The official release is now out, and I am super excited to get started using it for video editing.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is just pause it. I'm going to pause the recording as I edit this because you don't need to see my entire editing. And when I come across something that is a little different, I'll let you know. Basically, right now it's K to cut, and everything else was working just fine. The Shift S is snap, and most of the things are working pretty decent. I do want to find that see if I can find a different method of scrubbing um, for the timeline. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it, and once I come across something that is new or interesting, I will let you know.